If you own a business and hiring feels like a constant drag, this video is for you. You post a job, you wait, you interview people who aren't a fit, and you finally make an offer, and then they ghost you or they turn you down. It's frustrating, it's time-consuming, and honestly, most business owners hate it. But if you want to scale your business and get your time back and also stop being the bottleneck in every decision, you must get good at hiring. There is no way around it. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to hire people in 3 simple steps. And I've personally helped over 100 companies hire over 500 people in the last 10 years. So I've seen what works and what doesn't. And I'll break it all down so you can have a smoother, faster, more effective hiring process. And by the way, I'm Quentin. I've built multiple 7-figure businesses in the recruitment space. So you might say, I know this game. But before we dive into the 3 steps, there's one idea that changes everything about hiring. Hiring is basically the same thing as sales. When you're looking for clients, you find a way to contact prospects, and then you make them an attractive offer, and then finally you sell them on your product and service, and then of course you deliver that service. But with hiring, it's the same thing. You find people that are looking for a job, you make them an attractive job offer, and then you sell them on the role and the company. And then the last step is that you onboard them. You see how it's the same? And once I saw hiring as selling the job at a company, it became much easier. And as a business owner, you're already used to selling your product to strangers anyway. So there's no reason you can't sell your business and your jobs to people looking for work. You already have the skills. You just need to apply them differently. So we'll break this down into 3 steps. How to find people, how to attract them, and how to hire them and close the deal. All right, step 1. How do you find people? There are 3 main ways, and if you're only using one, you're leaving a ton of great candidates on the table. If your website has no careers page, you're literally telling great candidates we're not hiring. And I see this all the time. Business owners complain they can't find people, but there isn't a single place on their site that says, work with us. One way to find good people is by catching those who are already interested in you. And you do that through a simple careers page on your website. When someone hears about your company, or even if they just stumble on your site, one of the very first things they check is, are they hiring? And if there is no careers page, they will assume you're not, and then they move on. So create a careers page with your open positions clearly listed with basic info about the role and an easy way to apply. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to exist. If you don't have this yet, set it up today. It's the lowest effort way to start getting more applicants. And a career page is great, but you're only catching people that are actively looking. And same goes for putting your ad on job boards, by the way, because that's just a tiny slice of the market. Let me show you another way to find people that most business owners sleep on. If you only post jobs on job boards and your website, you're ignoring around 70% of people who would happily leave for something better. Another way to find candidates is social media ads. So running job ads on Facebook and Instagram. And this alone 3x'd my applicants, because nobody ends up on Indeed or your careers page by accident. They are there because they're actively looking for a new job. But people aged 25 to 45 spend around 2 hours a day, just scrolling social media. And during that time, your job can show up in their feed. And they might not be looking for a job until your ad hits them right after a bad day at work and they had a long commute, or they had a fight with their boss, or I don't care what they had. But roughly 30% of people are actively looking for a job at any time. And that means that about 70% are not actively searching, but many of them are open to a better opportunity. And a lot of them are already employed, which usually means they're at least half decent at what they do. And by running simple social media job ads, You tap into that hidden pool of talent and you attract people who would never hit a job board. So start running basic social media job ads and you'll unlock candidates your competitors never even see. There's one source that's often the cheapest and the best quality, but most business owners completely butcher it, so let's fix that. If you're paying referrals with movie tickets, don't be surprised when nobody refers anyone. Word of mouth is one of the strongest ways to find great people. And the best word of mouth you can get is from your own team through referral bonuses. So the big mistake I see, it's business owners offering a tiny reward, like a small voucher or 2 movie tickets, token gift of some sort, but nobody is doing any real work for that. So instead, make the referral bonus something that is actually worth their time. So for example, give them an extra month of salary as a bonus, or a big cash amount like $2,000, or a new TV or travel vouchers, and then tie it to conditions so it's safe for you, like the candidate must stay 6 or 12 months, and then you pay the bonus in equal parts. So when they start, after 3 months, after 6 months, and after 12 months. So think of it like this. If there was a machine, you could put in $2,000 and every time it gave you a new employee, every time you press that button, how many times would you press it? You would press it as many times as you could, because a good employee is worth far more to that than your business. So it's worth far more than $2,000. So stop being cheap with referral bonuses. Make them big enough that your team actually cares, and then you will see the quality of your candidates going up. Okay, now you're finding people from multiple angles, but getting applicants is only half the battle. Next, you need to make them actually want to work for you. If your job ad reads like a grocery list, no A player is getting excited about working for you. So you've got applicants coming in. Now your job ad needs to turn "I'm curious" into "I want this job." And most business owners write terrible job ads. They read like robotic bullet lists of responsibilities. Like responsibilities include managing clients' accounts, responding to emails, attending meetings. Nobody cares. It's boring. It doesn't answer at all. Why should I care? So instead, your job ads should sell the role. So include things like advantages and perks, salary, or at least a salary range, and then features and benefits of working at your company, and also, most importantly, why the work matters. So, for example, instead of "you will manage client accounts," you can say "you will be the main point of contact for our top clients, helping them solve problems and grow their businesses. Your work directly impacts their success and you'll see the results of what you do every single day." One is a task and the other one sounds more like a mission. So rewrite your job ads to sell the mission and not just the tasks, and you will attract much better candidates. And once people are excited enough to interview, most owners make another huge mistake. They wing it. So let's fix the interview next. If you don't show candidates anything visual in the interviews, you're losing half the room before you even start. Once you've got people coming in for interviews, you need a hiring presentation. So a simple pitch deck for why they should work for you. No, about half the people are visual. And if you don't show them anything, you're not engaging them properly. Plus, almost nobody does this. Maybe 10% of companies have a real hiring presentation. So just by doing it, you instantly stand out. A presentation also, protects you from bad days. Sometimes you're rushed, you're stressed, and you give a weak interview. And with a deck, every candidate gets the same clear explanation of who you are and why this role is great. So include things in your presentation like who you are as a company, what you do and why you do it, what the role looks like day to day, what success looks like in the first 30, 60, 90 days, and what future career plans or future career paths can be. And it takes 10 minutes, but candidates leave thinking, wow, this company has got their stuff together. So build a simple hiring presentation and use it every single time. It's one of the easiest ways to stand out and close better candidates. And there's one more thing that's been a total game changer for me in attracting talent, and most business owners skip it completely. I've been inviting candidates to lunch at my office for 4 years, and since then, I haven't had a single great candidate turn me down. The last thing I do with strong candidates is I invite them for lunch with a team at the office. And I've been doing it for around 4 years now, and since I started, every serious candidate I wanted has said yes. Because by the time I make the offer, we both know it's a fit. And it's got really 2 big advantages. So the first one is job hunting is kind of emotional for people. So if a candidate meets their future coworkers and actually likes them, they'll often choose you even if they have some doubts about, the job or the pay. Because people don't just choose jobs, they also choose other people. And the second thing is you get to see them in an informal setting. And then you can see things like, are they polite? Are they curious? How do they behave? Do they ask questions? And do they engage with the team, or are they just hiding on their phone? You learn so much more about someone over one relaxed lunch with the team than you will from an extra 30 minutes of formal interviewing. So start inviting your final candidates to lunch. It makes offers feel like a natural next step and not like a hard sell. So now you know how to find and how to attract people. So the last step is critical: how you actually present the offer and close the deal. If you just email a salary number and you hope they say yes, you're losing hires you could have closed. You found them, you like them, they like you, everybody likes each other, they like the team. So now you have to present the offer the right way. And the way you present the job offer matters as much as the offer itself. It's just like selling your product. The more clearly you show value and bonuses, the more attractive it becomes. So don't just list salary, list everything they get. So the salary, phone, laptop, company car if relevant, meal vouchers, bonuses, benefits, but also things like team events, retreats, the summer barbecue, the holiday gifts for their kids, at Thanksgiving, whatever you do. So stack it so they're thinking, wow, do I get all of this? And then you present the offer face to face, ideally in person, but you can also do it on Zoom, but please don't just send an email, because face to face, you can handle the objections they have in real time, and then you can also compare with other offers they might have, and you can also just adjust or clarify details on the spot. And if you've done everything else right, so you have the multiple sourcing channels, you have a strong job ad, you have the hiring presentation, you have lunch with the team, by the time you present the offer, it should almost feel like a formality. So present your offers live and with every benefit clearly stacked, and then you'll close far more top-tier candidates. So let's recap. Hiring is just like sales. You find people, you attract them, and then you close the deal. To find people, you add a careers page to your website, you run social media job ads, you post your job on job boards, you offer referral bonuses your team cares about. Then to attract people, you write job ads that sell the mission and not just tasks. You use a hiring presentation in every interview, and you invite the finalists to lunch so they meet the team and you see them in real life. And then to hire people, you present the offer live. You stack every benefit so it feels like more than just a job, more than just a salary. So you do this and hiring gets easier, and you start bringing in better people who actually want to work for you. And if you want to know who to hire next to grow revenue or win back your time, watch the next video. I'll walk you through who to hire and when, so your business grows without needing you to work more. And if you haven't already, grab my free 20-hour founder framework in the description. It shows you how to win back 20 to 30 hours per week without cutting profit. And while you're at it, hit subscribe if you want more videos on building a business that doesn't ruin your life. See you in the next one.